Shanti Shanti. Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharma swarupine Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharma swarupine Avatara Varishtaya Ramakrishna Te Namah Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Mritangamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let us offer our salutations to Sri Ramakrishna, the embodiment of all visions, the Supreme God incarnate. Let us pray to Him to lead us from the unreal to the real, to lead us from the darkness of ignorance to the light of knowledge, to lead us from death to immortality. Today's topic I have chosen from the Gospel, how to arouse dispassion. Dispassion is strong foundation for spirituality. Without dispassion, spirituality is not sustainable. Only through dispassion, the worldliness can be uprooted. The more and more we become dispassionate, the more and more the worldliness gets weakened. Sri Ramakrishna says in the Gospel, this worldliness is a disease. It is like typhoid. And there is a huge jug of water and a jar of savory pickles in a typhoid patient's room. If you want to cure him of his illness, you must remove him from that room. And Sri Ramakrishna compares the worldly man to the typhoid patient. The various objects of enjoyment are the huge jug of water, and the craving for their enjoyment is his thirst. The very thought of pickles makes the mouth water. You don't have to bring them near. And he is surrounded with them. The companionship of woman is the pickles. Hence, treatment in solitude is necessary. One may enter the world after attaining discrimination and dispassion. In the ocean of the world, there are 6 alligators, lust, anger, and so forth. But you need not fear the alligators if you smear your body with turmeric before you go into the water. Discrimination and dispassion are the turmeric. Discrimination is the knowledge of what is real and what is unreal. It is a realization that God alone is the real and eternal substance, that all else is unreal, transitory, impermanent. And you must cultivate intense zeal for God. You must feel love for Him and be attracted to Him. Sri Ramakrishna gives the example of gopis. The gopis of Vrindavan felt the attraction of Krishna. Sri Ramakrishna says to an actor, one cannot completely get rid of the 6 passions, lust, anger, greed, and the like. Therefore, one should direct them to God. If you must have desire and greed, then you should desire love of God and be greedy to attain. If you must be conceited and egoistic, then feel conceited and egoistic, thinking that you are the servant of God, the child of God. A man cannot see God unless he gives his whole mind to Him. The mind is wasted on woman and gold. Take your own case. Sri Ramakrishna is pointing to the actor. You have children and are occupied with the theatre. The mind cannot be united with God on account of these different activities. As long as there is bhoga, there will be less of yoga. Furthermore, bhoga begets suffering. It is said in the Bhagavad that the Avadhuta chose a kite as one of his 24 gurus. The kite had a fish in its beak. So it was surrounded by 1,000 crows. Whichever way it flew with the fish, the crows pursued it, crying, "Ka, ka." When all of a sudden the fish dropped from its beak, the crows flew after the fish, leaving the kite alone. The fish is the object of enjoyment. The crows are worries and anxiety. Worries and anxiety are inevitable with enjoyment. No sooner does one give up enjoyment than one finds peace. What is more, money itself becomes a source of trouble. Brothers may live happily, but they get into trouble when the property is divided. Dogs lick one another's bodies. They are perfectly friendly, but when the householder throws them a little food, they get into a scrap. There is a saying in the Sanskrit, Bhoge roga bhayam, kule chuti bhayam, vitte nupalat bhayam, mane dainya bhayam, bale ripu bhayam, rupe jaraya bhayam. Shastre vadi bhayam, gune khala bhayam, kaye katantad bhayam, sarvam vastu bhayanvitam bhuvi nrinam, vairagyameva bhayam. This verse is taken from the Vairagya Shatakam of Bhartrihari. In enjoyment there is fear of disease. In social position, the fear of falling off. In wealth, the fear of hostile kings. In honor, the fear of humiliation. In power, the fear of foemen. In beauty, the fear of old age. In scriptural erudition, the fear of opponents. In virtue, the fear of traducers. In body, the fear of death. All the things of this world pertaining to human beings are attended with fear. Renunciation alone stands for fearlessness. Vairagyameva abhayam. Kamaha krodhancha lobhancha dehe tishtanti taskaraha. Jnanaratnapaharaya tasmat jagrata jagrata. There lurk thieves in the frame, lust, anger and greed, to steal the jewel of thy wisdom. Therefore, awake, awake. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu upajayate. Sangat sanjayate kamaha, kamat krodho vijayate. Krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammoha smriti vibhramaha. Smriti bhramshat buddhinasho, buddhinashat pranashyati. Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, while contemplating the objects of the senses, a person develops attachment for them, and from such attachment lust develops, and from lust anger arises. From anger complete delusion arises, and from delusion bewilderment of memory. When memory is bewildered, intelligence is lost, and when intelligence is lost, one falls down again into the material pool. Janma dukkham jara dukkham jaya dukkham punaha samsara sagaram dukkham tasma jagrata jagrata. So giving a waking call. Birth is full of pains, old age is full of miseries, woman is again and again the source of all miseries and pains. Here woman means it is referred to the lust which is bothering people. This version of samsara is full of grief. Therefore, wake up, wake up. Mata nasti, pita nasti, nasti bandhu sahodaraha. Arthan nasti, grihan nasti, tasma jagrata jagrata. You have no mother, no father, no relatives, no brothers, no wealth, no house. Nothing will remain forever. Nothing will follow you after death. Therefore, wake up, wake up. Ashaya badhyate loke karmana bahuchintaya ayuhu kshinan na janati tasma jagrata jagrata. You are bound in this world by desires, actions and manifold anxieties. Therefore, you don't know that life is slowly decaying and is wasted away. Therefore, wake up, wake up. Sensual pleasure is momentary, deceptive, illusory and imaginary. A mustard of pleasure is mixed with a mountain of pain. Enjoyment cannot bring about satisfaction of desire. On the contrary, it makes the mind more restless and enjoyment through intense craving. It makes the mind more restless after enjoyment through intense craving. Sensual pleasure is an enemy of Brahmajnana. Sensual pleasure is the cause of birth and death. This body is nothing but a mass of flesh, bone, and all sorts of filth. Place before the mind the fruits of self-realization, or life in the soul, or Brahman, or the eternal, such as immortality, eternal bliss, supreme peace, and infinite knowledge. If you remember these 7 points always, the mind will be weaned from the cravings for sensual pleasures. Vairagya, Viveka, and Mumukshutva, dispassion, discrimination from the real and the unreal, and keen longing for liberation from birth and death will dawn. You should seriously look into the defects of sensual life, dosha drishti, and into the unreal nature of worldly life, mithya drishti. So, one has to wake up. There is no way. There is no way. Only by waking up properly, you will be getting rid of the disease of worldliness. And dispassion is a wake-up call. There is a story of Bhartrhari, the great king who has composed 100 Vairagya Shatakam, 100 verses on dispassion. They are very famous. Once Raja Bhartrhari was on his throne, a great rishi came to his court. Bhartrhari at once got up from his seat, prostrated himself before the tapasvin, began to serve him in various ways. The sage was extremely pleased, and he gave him a prasad, a fruit that could bestow upon him, that could bestow upon the eater immortality and peace. He gave that fruit. Whoever takes that fruit would be having immortality and peace. But anyway, Rishi gave that fruit to him, with the hope that he would take. He did not say explicitly to him what the benefits he would get by taking the fruit. Simply gave the fruit as a blessing. Bhartrahari had a very beautiful queen of whom he was very enamored and whom he very dearly loved. He thought that the only person who deserved this fruit was his young queen and none else. And so he took this God-sent gift to her and offered her the same. What this young queen did, though for all practical purposes she was the beloved of the Raja, this young queen had a paramour in the person of the charioteer who used to take her for drives now and then. She therefore took this fruit to him and gave him the same. Again, this charioteer had a prostitute whom also he loved, and accordingly he gave the fruit to her. The fruit which was given to Bhartrahari went to prostitute. Now, what this prostitute did, this prostitute thought that the only person who best deserved this fruit was Raja Bhartrahari himself. She did not know it has come from Bhartrahari. So she took this fruit in her hands, went to the Raja's palace and offered it to him. Raja Bhartrahari was simply mystified. He was unable to solve the problem as to how it could be possible for this prostitute to get the fruit that was the rightful possession of his queen. After deep thought and great deliberation, he was able to solve the problem by himself. Just before this incident, Bhartrahari's brother, who came to know of the queen's love for the king's charioteer, had told Bhartrahari that the queen was an unchaste lady and that it was a great shame on the fair name of the royal family to keep a woman as queen in the palace when she secretly loved the king's charioteer. But the young queen rose equal to the occasion and brought forth evidences to disprove the validity of the charge against her, and was able to prevail upon the king to exile his brother from the kingdom. After due investigation into the whole matter, with all the dexterity that he could command, Bhartrahari came to the conclusion that after all the charge brought against his queen by his brother was true, and that he had been fooled by a woman to take the extreme step of exiling his own brother, who loved him so dearly and who held as high the fair name as the royal family by zealously guarding it from insinuation and blot. True Vairagya immediately dawned upon the king. He now thought that there was none in the world who was really dear to another. No, not even one's own wife, or brother, or friend. He became convinced that, in fact, these are one's real enemies. He felt extreme disgust for the world and its pleasures, and at once left his kingdom, wife and children, and retired into the forest to lead a life of sannyasa. He did profound meditation for many years and finally attained knowledge of self. He wrote a book generally known as Bhartrahari Vairagya Shatakam, 100 verses of renunciation, a perusal of which will produce immediate Vairagya for things mundane and induce one to renounce everything and lead the life of a recluse. So, dispassion is a solution for all the ills and sufferings we are facing today. Dispassion and directing the mind towards the divine. Master said to Shyam, There is no harm in your leading the life of a householder, but do your duties in an unselfish spirit, fixing your mind on the lotus feet of God. You must have noticed that a man with a carbuncle on his back speaks to others in his usual way. Perhaps he attends to his daily duties also, but his mind is always on the carbuncle. It is like that. Live in the world like an immoral woman. Though she performs her household duties, her mind is fixed on her sweetheart. To the doctor, Sri Ramakrishna asked, do you understand that? Doctor said, never having had such an experience myself, how can I understand? Shyam said, oh yes, you understand a little. All laughed. Master said, moreover, he has had long experience in that trade. Isn't that so? All laughed. Shyam said, sir, what do you think of theosophy? Master said, the long and short of the matter is that those who go about making disciples belong to a very inferior level. So also do those who want occult powers to walk over the Ganges and to report what a person says in a far-off country and so on. It is very hard for such people to have pure love for God. Shyam said, but the Theosophists have been trying to re-establish the Hindu religion. Master said, I don't know much about them. Shyam said, you can learn from Theosophy where the soul goes after death, whether to the lunar sphere or the stellar sphere or some other region. Master said, that may be, but let me tell you my own attitude. Once a man asked Hanuman, what day of the lunar fortnight is it? Hanuman replied, I know nothing about the day of the week, the day of the lunar fortnight, the position of the stars in the sky, or any such things. On Rama alone I meditate. That's my attitude too. Shyam said, the Theosophists believe in the existence of Mahatmas. Do you believe in them, sir? Master said, if you believe in my words, I say yes. But now please leave these matters alone. Come here again when I am a little better. Some way will be found for you to attain peace of mind if you have faith in me. You must have noticed that I don't accept any gift of money or clothes. We do not take any collection here. That's why so many people come. Laughter. To the doctor, Sri Ramakrishna said, if you won't take offense, I should tell you something. It is this. You have had enough of such things as money, honor, luxury, and so on. Now for a few days, direct your mind to God and come here now and then. Your spiritual feeling will be kindled by hearing words about God. After a while, as the doctor stood up to take his leave, Girish Chandra Ghosh entered the room and bowed low before the master. Dr. Sarkar was pleased to see him and took his seat again. Doctor, pointing to Girish, of course he would not come as long as I was here. No sooner I am about to leave than he enters the room. Girish and Dr. Sarkar began to talk about the Science Association established by the latter. Master said, will you take me there one day? Doctor, if you go there, you lose all consciousness at the sight of the wondrous works of God. Master, oh indeed. Doctor said to Girish, whatever you may do, please do not worship him as God. You are turning the head of this good man. Girish said, what else can I do? Oh, how else shall I regard a person who has taken me across this ocean of the world? And what is still more, the ocean of doubt. There is nothing in him that I do not hold sacred. Can I ever look on even his excreta as filthy? Doctor said, this question of excreta doesn't bother me. I too have no feeling of repugnance. Once a grocer's child was brought to my office for treatment. His bowels moved there. All covered their nose with clothes, but I sat by his side for half an hour without putting a handkerchief to my nose. Besides, I cannot cover my nose when a scavenger passes by me with a tub on his head. No, I can't do that. I know very well that there is no difference between a scavenger and myself. Why should I look down on him? Can't I take the dust of his, meaning Sri Ramakrishna's feet? Look here. The doctor saluted Sri Ramakrishna and touched the master's feet with his forehead. Girish said, "Oh, the angels are saying, blessed be this auspicious moment." Doctor said, "What is there to marvel at in taking the dust of a man's feet? I can take the dust of everybody's feet. Give me, all of you, the dust of your feet." The doctor touched the feet of all the devotees. Narendra said to the doctor, "We think of Sri Ramakrishna as a person who is like God. Do you know, sir, what it is like? There is a point between the vegetable creation and the animal creation where it is very difficult to determine whether a particular thing is a vegetable or an animal. Likewise, there is a stage between the man world and the God world where it is extremely hard to say whether a person is a man or God." Doctor said, "Well, my dear young friend, one cannot apply analogies to things divine." Narendra said, "I do not say that he is God. What I am saying is that he is a godlike man." Doctor said, "One should suppress one's feelings in such a matter. It is bad to give vent to them. Alas, no one understands my own feelings. Even my best friend thinks of me as a stern and cruel person. Even people like you will perhaps one day throw me out after beating me with your shoes." Sri Ramakrishna said, "Don't say such thing. They love you so much. They await your coming as eagerly as the bridesmaids in the bridal chamber await the coming of the groom." Stop here. Any question? Yeah. No. If after smearing the body with turmeric, if he enters the ocean, he is not attacked by the alligators. Should he enter the ocean or? No, if he enters. He must enter. If he enters with turmeric on his body, he is not attacked by these alligators. But he is not saying anything about don't enter or enter. No, not like that. Because you have to enter water to take bath or etc. For many purposes you have to enter the water. But when you enter the water, smear the body with turmeric. Same way, if you have discrimination and dispassion, though you are in the world, you are not affected by the world. That's the idea. Chant the name of the Lord and His glory unceasingly, that the mirror of the heart may be wiped clean and quench that mighty forest fire, worldly lust raging furiously within. O name, stream down in moonlight on the daughter's heart, opening its cup to knowledge of thyself. O self, drowned deep in the waves of His bliss, tasting His nectar at every step, bathing in His name that bought for weary souls. Various are thy names, O Lord. In each and every name thy power resides. No times are set, no rites are needful for chanting of thy name. So vast is thy mercy. How huge then is my wretchedness, who find in this empty life and heart no devotion to thy name. O my mind, be humbler than a blade of grass. Be patient and forbearing like a tree. Take no honor to thyself, give honor to all. Chant unceasingly the name of the Lord. O Lord and soul of the universe, mine is no prayer for wealth or retinue, the playthings of lust or the ties of fame. As many times as I may be reborn, grant me, O Lord, a steadfast love for thee. A drowning man in this world's fearful ocean is thy servant, O sweet one. In thy mercy consider him as dust beneath thy feet. Oh, how I long for the day when an instant separation from thee, O Lord, will be as 1,000 years, when my heart burns away with its desire, and the world without thee is a heartless void. Prostrate at thy feet let me be, in unwavering devotion, neither imploring the embrace of thine arms, nor bewailing the withdrawal of thy presence, though it tears my soul asunder. O thou who stillest the hearts of thy devotees, do with me what thou wilt, for thou art my heart's beloved, thou and thou alone. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real, lead us from darkness to light, and lead us from death to immortality. May all be free from dangers, may all realize what is good, may all be actuated by noble thoughts, may all rejoice everywhere. May all be happy, may all be free from disease, may all realize what is good, may none be subject to misery. May the wicked become virtuous, may the virtuous attain tranquility, may the tranquil be free from bonds, may the freed make others free. May good betide all people, may the sovereign righteously rule the earth, may all beings ever attain what is good, may the worlds be prosperous and happy, may the clouds pour rain in time, may the earth be blessed with crops, may all countries be freed from calamity, may holy men live without fear. May the Lord, the destroyer of sins, the presiding deity of all sacred works, be satisfied. For he being pleased, the whole universe becomes pleased. He being satisfied, the whole universe feels satisfied.